الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. Today, inshallah, we'll continue with what we have started already, which is lessons from the hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And today I think it's lesson number 7. Last time we talked about how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam kept himself last to migrate, and the process that he went through into establishing the hijrah plan. And last time I think we talked about top secret mission of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he included only when one person was informed about his own migration, his own hijrah from Mecca to Medina, and that person was Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu. How the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam selected a very specific time to go there, a very specific method to go there. He went by himself, okay, to inform Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. He could have sent anybody to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, and Abu Bakr as-Siddiq will be very happy. And we learned a lesson from that, that this is an indication for not only for the hijrah, not only for the establishment of the Muslim state in Medina, but for the successors of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who is the person who will be a successor of the Prophet of Allah? Okay, so everybody went along by himself, but Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam directed them to go, but the Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was the only one who went with the Prophet. And Allah mentioned that in the Quran, ثاني اثنين إذ هما في الغار إذ يقول لصاحبه لا تحزن إن الله معنا. So this is something that we learned last time. Today we'll look at another stage of hijrah, where the Prophet ﷺ now getting ready to go himself. And the Qurayshis realized that since almost everybody has gone, only very few left behind, it's the time for the Prophet to migrate as well. And he stayed there in Mecca just to comfort, this is another reason to comfort the people of Quraysh, that hey, I'm with you. They're migrating, they might come back, okay? But then when they realized that everybody was going and they're not coming back, and the number is decreasing and decreasing, they realized now it's the time for the Prophet. They made a plan. If we get rid of him, nothing will take place. And those people will come back to us, and Islam will be uprooted. And the Prophet ﷺ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed him about their plan. وَيَمْكُرُونَ وَيَمْكُرُ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. They make...
No, I will leave this. وَإِذْ يَمْكُرُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لِيُكْتُبِيكَ أَوْ يُخْرِجُوكَ أَوْ يَقْتُلُوكَ.
Okay. Okay, so they make this planning, this very evil, devilish plans. They went to the extent to assassinate the Prophet of Allah. The Prophet ﷺ knew about that, and this is why he was really planning carefully. And this is only Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was informed about the migration of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. The children of Abu Bakr have no idea. The parents of Abu Bakr have no idea. Okay? Even the one who left behind, Ali ibn Abi Talib, had no idea about what the Prophet ﷺ was going to do. They might have an idea that he's going to migrate. When, how, they had no idea. Even the people of Quraysh realized that Muhammad ﷺ was ready to leave. But when, how, with whom, they had no idea whatsoever. So the Prophet ﷺ made his plan. Abu Bakr was planning something, careful planning. The Prophet ﷺ made careful planning. The Qurayshis were doing careful planning that they would not let him go. To the extent that they made a devilish plan by selecting 12 young men, one from each tribe of Quraysh, the 12 tribes of Quraysh, that they stay on the way Prophet Muhammad ﷺ when he's leaving any time. And they realized that he might leave at night. He wouldn't go at the daytime. You see how careful those people. And the Prophet ﷺ, how he because at daytime everybody would be able, easy to observe. But they decided for them to be at that night time with their swords, and they will hit Prophet Muhammad ﷺ as one person. Why? So Bani Hashim, the people of the Prophet ﷺ, wouldn't be able to take revenge. You cannot fight all those people. Although even his tribe, many of them rejected his message, but they don't wanted him to be killed by another tribe. Allahumma salli ala Rasulillah. This is something that we get from the Hijrah, ya Akhwan, that it's not escaping, it's not leaving Mecca. The Hijrah in itself is a very great school for planning, for realizing the hurdles that face da'wah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet didn't want to leave Mecca. He loved Mecca so much, and he realized it's the best place selected by Allah on earth. But sometimes you cannot really achieve your aims in one place. You need to move to another place. If Allah wanted, Allah could have really made it in Mecca, but He's given a lesson to us. Allah has given us a lesson that yes, Mecca is more beloved to Allah than Medina. It is the Qibla. It is the place where Ibrahim started there, his mission. It is the place where the first house for Allah, sacred house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was built. But it's a lesson for us. Sometimes you need to move a while. You change your own environment for the sake of Allah, for the sake of da'wah. It's not always good to stay in the same place. You need to be exposed to another environment, to another type of people. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ made this very careful plan to leave Mecca. And you know that it was not only the plan of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, but it's the plan of Allah. The Prophet did all humanly possible to make his mission successful. But when he started to migrate, that night he realized that those people were waiting to kill him. Now his plan stopped. He would go to the master plan with the Creator, with Allah. Oh Allah. The dua of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ answered, وَجَعَلْنَا مِن بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ سَدًّا وَمِن خَلْفِهِمْ سَدًّا فَأَغْشَيْنَاهُمْ فَهُمْ لَا يُبْصِرُونَ. We made walls between them and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. They could not see him, and they were there awake. So he took dust and put it on the top of their heads one by one. Those 12 young men with open eyes, they didn't see him, ready to kill the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he passed. This is the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Since he did everything humanly possible, but what can he do to those people? It is only Allah who could do that. And this is what we learn from this part of Hijrah. Another lesson, which is careful planning that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. The true tawakkul, realizing that his own planning can never be enough. It has to be done, supported by the support of Allah. And this is no matter what we do, no matter what we plan in this life, we need to depend on Allah, not on our planning. وَجَزَاكُمُ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا.